My name's James North and my job role is Senior Creative Writer at Poke. Well, that kind of covers everything from concepts and creative work through to writing everything for the websites and social and all bits like that, really. Yeah, you work in a lot of different styles from, you might be working on a big fashion client like Ted Baker, who's got a very distinct British tone, to some brands which are working in lots of different continents, so you want to keep it nice and simple and straight. And so, picking up those different tones and different ways of working is really important. I think even going back to school, it was English and art were those two subjects which seemed most relevant to me, and then I realised that I could bring those two things into a career. Writing's always been a part of it, and when you start in a team, you're often in a copywriter or art director, and I straight away felt that copywriting was the way to go. So writing was straight away always the important part. Yeah, after school it was a very kind of typical route for someone trying to get into advertising. Took a degree course at Central Lancashire, and they've got a very good advertising course. So that's a 3-year course straight from school, and then after that, the placement hunt, looking for work, trying to get that experience. So it was quite a traditional advertising route. When I left university, it was an economic slump. It was a difficult time. So it was quite difficult to land that first job. It was 1.5 years of doing placements, trying to get in the door, getting as many connections as possible, and just trying to build up that portfolio of work as well. I got my first job in Leeds, actually. I think there's brilliant agencies up and down the country. I mean, obviously it can get very London-centric, but there's great places all over. There's pockets in Manchester, Leeds, Birmingham, Liverpool, all over. And I mean, it's really important to look beyond just London, to see what else is out there elsewhere. 5 years' time, I've been doing working in different parts of this industry for about 10 years now, and so in 5 years' time, it'd be great to be a creative director at an agency, or if you look at people around here, it'd be great to even own your own agency, but it's difficult to tell. There's lots of different routes in these days. University is obviously one way of doing it, or you can look at other ways, going straight into trying to get placements and stuff. But regardless of your training, I think the one important thing trying to get into the industry is getting a portfolio of work together. So just working on that portfolio, which there are lots of evening courses and places you can work on. But if you're going to get into the industry, you just need to have a book that you can show someone of your work and your thinking, just to show what you can do and the potential. It doesn't have to be finished. People can work with you and try and improve that, but just the beginning to show what you're about. Well, the copywriting and creative side as a career, it was actually one of those weird things which I know most people find really useless, but when you filled out a form and it came back with a computer-generated comment saying which industry you should go into, and often someone would want to be a footballer and come back saying they should work in IT, or they want to do this and it tells them they should be a shop assistant. And weirdly, it actually came out with advertising, and I was probably 13 or 14, and I mean, ever since then I always had an interest in it and wondered if that could be something I could get into. And so I found out more about it, found out that actually someone in the family who worked as an art worker, so did a role within agencies, found out more about it and found that could be something I actually wanted to do. So one of those useless things that was actually quite useful. The RNLI wanted to connect with a new, younger audience, so the Save Wave campaign, we didn't want their donations of money, we wanted them to donate their social feed. So for 1 month they gave us their Twitter feed, and each week we sent out the latest RNLI rescues to all of their followers, just once a week. So each time we did that, thousands of new people saw for the first time what the RNLI did. I think every time a project doesn't quite work out, you have a low of about half a second, and then hopefully a new brief comes on and it's a fresh bit of paper, and you can start again. And that's the nice thing about it, that there's always the next project, and so whatever low of something not working out, there's always the potential to make the next thing the best thing you've ever done, and that's the way you've always got to look at it, really, I think.